Good morning. Today is the big crossing. Our target was Clearwater from Carrabelle. Still is our target. However, I started the morning off with changing an alternator belt. Last night when we got in, electronics acted goofy. She acted goofy docking, was making some weird noises. So I thought about it all night, got some suggestions, and just happened to go down the engine room this morning and check, and sure enough, the alternator belt on the port engine was laying on the ground. So fortunately we had a spare. Kathy and I got down in there and changed it, and everything seems to be running a-okay. It sounds better, it's smoother, everything's charging. So we got about, let's see, 9:30 or so, and we're going to depart, and we're going to aim for Clearwater and see what the seas are like and what the boat's like and what our ETA is. And we do have a couple bailouts at Steinhatchee and maybe Tarpon Springs or whatever, but we're just going to get out there and see. We got to make some tracks here. So it's a nice day. The wave forecast is low, the wind is low, it's a little cloudy, but we're going to head out and see what happens.
We had been sitting on the hard for over 100 days. We watched our friends on Dreamer and the other boats we were traveling with move on down the loop and over to the Bahamas. In a weird way, we kept judging our lost time and lost miles by how far the group we were traveling with had gone. As we planned our great loop, the number one side trip we were looking forward to was the Bahamas. It has been a lifelong dream of ours to get to the Bahamas under our own power on our own boat. That dream had now morphed into a quest of sorts. Call it pent-up anxiety, temporary insanity, or whatever, but we have plotted a course from Orange Beach, Alabama to the Bahamas that will take us 6 days. Yep, 6 days. While we were living in Orange Beach, we met a live-aboard cruiser one night at the wharf, Mark, aboard MV Someday. As we got to talking, Mark mentioned that he goes to the Bahamas, quote-unquote, all the time. When we asked him how long it takes him to get there, he said 6 days. We were shocked. 6 days? We were very surprised by this, and Mark was kind enough to share with us some of his routes. As the repairs to Andromeda wrapped up, we thought more and more about how feasible this would be. A bit extreme, but doable. We were feeling like the quicker we could meet up with our friends in the Bahamas, the quicker we could put the damage and repairs to Andromeda behind us and feel like we were back on track. Our trip from Carrabelle to Clearwater today is leg 3 of our 6-day Bahama run.
We are about 2 hours in to our crossing from Carrabelle to Clearwater, and we looked at every wind and wave predictor we could find, from NOAA to predict wind to some of the offshore buoys, and it's a little bit bumpier than they said. So we're taking, I would call them 2 to 4s on the forward beam, pounding away, but all of the forecasts and all the predictors say less and less throughout the day, less wind, less waves. So we're kind of counting on that. We have to pick up a little speed. We're about a 7 o'clock arrival right now, and sundown is 6:45 to 7. So we're hoping it lays down a little bit here so we can bump it up and make up some time, but plugging along. It's not the worst it's ever been. I have fished in similar seas on Lake Michigan. It's just not as pleasant and enjoyable as we'd like it to be. So about 2 hours in and about 6 to go. So.
We are about 2.5 hours in. Ollie's hanging in there. He's not really digging the crossing. Doing okay. It's not horrible or anything, and it's not anything that, I'm not seasick. It's just not very comfortable, which is okay. We are in the middle of the Gulf. Waves are blowing over the top of the bow. But like I said, it's not really weight cappy or anything like that. They're just kind of calling 1.5 footers, and then all of a sudden we'll get these big rollers, and this kind of change the bells dinging and everything. So I think that's not helping Ollie's stress level. But we are hanging in there. We're doing good. The boat can handle way more than we can, and there you go. That's it.
4 hours in, 4 hours, 15 minutes in, with about 4 hours and 15 to go. We should make it there just before sundown. We've got ourselves a slip and kind of an easy in, easy out situation. The dock master there agreed us said no big deal. So we made it about halfway. We are smack dab in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico between Carrabelle and Clearwater. The seas are calming down just a little bit. We're not coming down on the bow as hard as we were. The sun has popped out, little front has moved through. So hopefully here maybe in an hour or so, chop will break down even a little more, and I can give it just a little more throttle and make up some time. But so far everything's going good. We wish it was a little smoother ride, but hey, we're halfway across, so that's a good thing. We're about 1 hour on the Clearwater Harbor, and we're on about hour 7 now of our crossing. Kind of uneventful, but thank goodness the seas have laid down. It's pretty smooth, cruising right along. It's enjoyable. The first 5 hours or so are pretty tense, but We're about an hour from the harbor. Probably about a half hour or so from being able to see land. We still see nothing 360 degrees, just horizon, kind of cool, especially now that it's calm. But we feel like we're about a half hour from seeing land, and a half hour from starting to get diligent on the crab pot. I think we just saw a bobber from the crab pot go by. I doubt there's one out here, but so about an hour out of the harbor on our Gulf crossing. Well, we got land home. We just started to see the high rises off in the distance on Clearwater Beach. And we can slowly start to make out the horizon so we can see the other side. We are in Pentwater Harbor trying to navigate the channel. Looks like we got plenty of daylight to get to the
You
dock.
said Pentwater.
I did?
Yes.
We're not in Pentwater, we're
No,
in Clearwater. We are safely in Clearwater Harbor and we are navigating our way to the marina. So we got to go under one of the interstates here, turn to the port, go under another interstate. We got a side tie up on a floating dock, so almost there.
Long day.
Long day. What you think? Long day?
Long day.